Welcome back to another episode of What Would the Gamer and You Guys Do. This is episode 4. If you guys want to check out episodes 1 through 3, go ahead and go to the channel and just look for similar thumbnails with obviously the different episode numbers. But without further delay, let's go ahead and get into episode 4 of What Would the Gamer and You Guys Do. So for this week, we have a Rainbow Six Siege question. And it is, if the developers and creators of Rainbow Six Siege reached out to you to design a Defender style character, what would you come up with? So keep in mind, only focus on a Defender style character. If you want to share your thoughts and ideas of an attacker, go ahead and check out episode 2 in the shorts page, because that's where I asked about creating an attacker character. So for this week, only focus on a Defender character. And of course, a couple things to consider would be the operator name, the special abilities, so what kind of thing or ability does the character bring to the team? You know, is it a gadget? You know, whatever it is. The type of defender. So is he an intel gatherer? Is he a trapper like Frost or Legion? Is he a roamer? Is he a healer? So let me know what type of defender he is, and his armor and speed stats as well. So to kick things off, I'll show you what I came up with in hopes that it helps you guys come up with something too. So kind of tweaking my attacker character from 2 weeks ago. His name would be Crawl. That's his logo there on the left. And he would be an intel / trapper defender. Much like Crawl, who had a mechanical spider drone, which was called a shock crawler. Crawl as a defender would have a spy crawler drone, and he would actually have 3 of them. And I'll get into what they do in a second. And he would also be a 2 speed and 2 armor character. So how does Crawl work? So Crawl has these spy crawler drones, but unlike, you know, Twitch or Brava, where they roll and just hop on areas, or unlike the yokai, which it hovers and it can attach to roofs, the spy crawler is a mechanical spider drone. So a mechanical spider drone, much like a normal spider, can crawl almost on every surface. So it can crawl on the ground, it can crawl on the walls, it can crawl on the roofs, and it's used to gain tactical visual advantages. So each spy crawler drone has a camera, so wherever you place the spy crawler, you can then go in and activate the camera and look around to see what is in the area. But that's not the special ability, that's only the passive ability for the spy crawler. The special ability is its function. So, much like Capcan, how he has a tripwire across his trap, and when it's activated, it goes off, the spy crawler, when planted or placed in a certain area and activated, it will release a tripwire web. So think of Capcan's tripwire, but only in like a web form, and it covers a certain area once it's released. And when the web is then released and it shows you what area it's covered, it then camouflages itself, so you can't see it visually. And it covers that area. So then what happens when an enemy combatant comes around and trips the web trap, it alerts and red pings where the enemy location is. So think about when somebody sets off an alibi prisma and they're marked with that red ping and you can see who it was and where they are. Same thing, once they walk into the web tripwire and the enemy trips the web, it will alert and red ping the enemy's location, where they're at, and who it is for a short amount of time. So you can kind of gain an advantage of, you know, how an enemy team is pushing a certain area, or if you have somebody flanking. And it's just really good for intel gathering and kind of trapping players as well. So there you have it. That's how Crawl works as a defender. That's what I would do if Rainbow Six Siege asked me to create a defender style character. So now I gotta ask you guys, if Rainbow Six Siege asked you to develop a defender style character, what would the gamer and you guys do? Thank you for watching episode 4, and I'll see you guys in a future video.